Welcome to the lecture series of Maths Genius, and today we will be covering a topic which is often tested in many exams, right? It is tested at O levels if you have given the statistics exam, that is the code 4040. If you have given the business studies exam, it is also coming over there. So sampling techniques are used pretty much in everything, even in psychology if you want to do that in the first chapters. So the sampling is a technique which is randomly used because it is a part of everything, even in CSS ability part. So sampling is a very important topic. Okay, so starting with sampling techniques, advantages and disadvantages. Technique, simple random sample. So description, random sample from the whole population. You are taking just sample from randomly, right? Without any predetermined order. You can just say without any predetermined order. That is a keyword. Advantages. It is highly representative because every subject has an equal chance of being selected. So equal chance of being selected, a random sample is considered one of the best samples, right? Disadvantage, not possible without complete list of population members. So you should have a complete list of population. And then it can be uneconomical as well. It can be disruptive to isolate members from a group. Time scale may be too long. These are some of the big disadvantages that you need to focus on. Okay, now coming to stratified sampling. Stratified sampling, stratas. We make stratas, we make different identifiable groups. Now what is a strata? A strata is a group which has the same features or the same characteristics. So these are the keywords that you should take into consideration. Advantages, can ensure that specific groups are representative even proportionally in the sample. It is more complex, requires great effort because you have to then determine the stratas. Now coming to cluster sampling. Cluster sampling, it is just a random sample of successive clusters of subjects, right, by institution until small groups are chosen as units. So we first form clusters, then we choose small groups as units from that. Possible to select randomly when no list of population members exists, but local lists do. Data collected on groups may avoid introduction of confounding by isolating members. So we have reduced the word of confounding variables. If you have done some research, you would be able to understand what is a confounding variable. A variable that also affects the main variables, but we do not account for that. Okay, clusters in a level must be equivalent and some natural ones are not for essential characteristics. Then it comes to stage, combination of cluster and random or stratified sampling. So when we are combining the two, we are coming to a stage sampling, can make a probability sample by random at stages and within groups. Possible to select random sample when population lists are very localized. Complex, combines limitation of clusters and stratified random sampling. Now coming to purposive sampling. Purposive, for a specific purpose. So we just look at particular type of population and then we select them. Okay, then what happens? Ensures balance of group sizes when multiple groups are to be selected. But the disadvantage is that samples are not easily defensible as being representative of population due to potential subjectivity of the researcher. So the researcher has subjectivity because we are just selecting a few samples that we think that will give us the desired result. So it is not a good thing. Okay, then we are coming to quota sampling. Select individuals as they come to fill a quota by characteristics proportional to the populations. Ensure selection of adequate number of subjects with appropriate characteristics. Of course, we are making a quota. So this is a percentage. It can be in the form of percentage. It can be in the form of numbers. Not possible to prove that a sample is representative of the designated population. Now this is snowball sampling. Snowball sampling is very important when it comes to research and it is often tested in the exams as well. Subjects with desired traits or characteristics give names of further appropriate subjects, and possible to include members of group where no list of identified clusters even exists. Now this is the main basic problem of a snowball, that we are unable to identify whether it is a representative or not. Now coming to volunteer or accidental sampling or convenience as well. So similarly, those whoever has asked us that we want to be part of the research or we want to be part of the sample, we want to be part of this research, we are just including them. So it is inexpensive because most of them are volunteers. This is also known as convenience sampling because this is the most convenient method, but can be highly unrepresentative, right? In US, etc., many drug companies, they also ask for you to volunteer in certain drugs. So this is what volunteer and accidental convenience sampling is. It is a very small topic, but it really helps you in all of the things. I think so. It is a topic which is very common to every field from O levels or from the very basic till the research level, even at the highest level. Thank you. This is the end of session.